What is good, everybody? What is good? It's been a minute, okay? Life has kicked in. I'm an auntie now, so I've been, doing the little things that aunties do for the last month. My sister had a baby boy, so and we are coming back with our podcast too. Those of y'all that follow me from when we used to do those two sisters and Thursday Night Live, we need to let her get acclimated with the baby though. So there was that, and then obviously work. But listen, I wasn't even really talking about the Never Ever Mets because I had watched episode 1, 2, and 3, and then, like I said, I got busy. She had the baby. I didn't have time to catch up on my shows, but I done caught up now. Okay, I done caught up now, and this is ridiculous. Like last season, there wasn't a lot of couples that made it either. And this season, I really, really only see one. If we playing spades, I got a possible. You know what I'm saying? So some of the ways that these people are moving is crazy to me, though. It's just like, it's 2025, and we just need to talk because some of the ways that they're moving is crazy. And who leaves a newborn? I don't care. I don't care how late I am to the party on this, but who leaves a newborn to go film this kind of reality show? Okay, listen, I'm not here to judge. However, that is crazy. All right, we just got to acknowledge that, and the number of people who like kept their kids a secret, that's also a bit alarming as well. Okay, now we got to be real. Y'all know how I am when I watch Ready to Love. I'm always talking about how we're not seeing full conversations, and we might have been fooled by some edits and stuff like that. There was a episode they were playing Never Have I Ever, and I don't really know how to take that game or whatever, because I don't know, it was edited, but it is what it is. They don't show us everything, right? So I watch what they show us, but I try not to judge and like draw conclusions and add to the story if I don't have that information. All right, and that's something we could do in real life as well, because a lot of times misunderstandings happen because we're adding something to the story, right? Imagine telling somebody what happened at lunchtime and they keep jumping in trying to add stuff to the story. You're going to get irritated. But what happens is we, as people, we feel like we know what we know, and we close our minds off. And a lot of that stuff is just, things that we've added to the story that may not have been there. But anyway, back to the editing part. The editing part, conversations get cut, right? And we know that. Some of the moments get rearranged, like, they might have said this statement here, but we're not seeing it over the physical, like, show when they show them. We're not seeing that actual time frame, so you just never know. So just watch it with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying? But even with that, some of these things just make you be like, what in the world is happening? Okay. And I gotta say, Kiki, look, Kiki, I need Kiki to be real with herself, okay? Kiki needs to be real with herself. I'm going to talk about her weight, okay? The weight is not just physical, all right? That affects emotional as well. And y'all know I always talk about self-care. How you feel about yourself dictates all of the actions and conclusions that you draw and things like that, okay? So it's not just about the weight. It's about, when you don't feel good about you, it shows up in your decisions that you make, how you treat other people, how you treat yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's real life. That's not just reality TV. Like, yeah, these shows are scripted, but like I always say, you cannot account for how somebody's going to react. And that reaction is based on how well they take care of themselves, okay? And I need her to be real with herself about this. She'll need to be on the show. She need to be, taking care of her, okay? I don't know. Y'all get in the comments below and let me know what y'all think, but I feel like her and Brandon not gonna work, obviously. But she was just in a relationship. Oh, she just ended her relationship with her ex-fiance 4 months ago before they filmed this show. But she been talking to Brandon for way longer than 4 months. So, like I said, she needs to go back and just work on herself. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it comes out in the decisions that we make and stuff like that. But what I do love about this show, right? I love that they involve therapists, because these situations that they're going through, these situations like, they're relatable to a lot of real life situations. Okay, people have these issues of miscommunication, dealing with certain traumas or whatever. So this therapist part, I really dig it. I like it. I like it because I feel like she asked them questions, and even if they are acting on the show or whatever, because I don't believe all these people are actual couples, but even though they might be doing that, the therapist questions will make you think. Okay, so I do like the therapist part. Okay, I feel like they're actually helping some stuff get unpacked, and a lot of us could benefit from some of these sessions too. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, but I like these shows. They're entertaining to me, but I feel like they really just highlight like how self-care is lost for some people, like how people are just lost in the sauce when it comes to taking care of themselves. And I'm not just talking about like, obviously, bubble baths and grooming yourself. I'm talking about like self-awareness. That's a big thing on these shows, especially the dating shows that we watch. Self-awareness is scarce. Okay. Healing. Now, I believe that we're always going to be on a healing journey, because none of us are perfect. None of us are going to be perfect. So to say that you're healed, I mean, yeah, it might be healed, but there's always something else you could be healing. So in the sense of, where you've healed this one thing, there's something else that you need to be working on. So when I say that we're always on a healing journey, that just means that there's always something we can be working on to better our overall well-being. All right. So, do I believe people should come healed as far as relationships? Yes. Like, have those wounds healed. Okay. But still be looking to better yourself. So anyway, I'm just talking about people actually doing work on themselves, noticing your flaws, realizing what triggers you. Like, stuff that you may not reveal to everybody else, but you're being real with yourself so that you can work on it. It's missing in a lot of these shows, but that's also because it's missing in a lot of us as well. All right. So, that's a good question though. Like, what does real self-care feel like to you? A lot of people are misconstrued and think it's just about grooming, but get in the comments below and let me know what you think real self-care means. Not just the stuff we see on Instagram where we're scrolling and people lighting candles, sitting there with their little comfortable throw over their lap about to read a book. No, what is your real self-care definition? Like, what do you think? So anyway, back to this show, because this is a hot mess. Okay. And we're just going to run down a couple of things, right? I mean, there's so much to talk about. I cannot even hit on everything, but like, we're going to go off of the main things that stick out of my head from the last episode I just watched, which is episode 7. Okay. Now, Clay is hiding a newborn as well. Okay, we're on episode 7, and I don't really know what day or week that is for them. They're in the house for 3 weeks, but I don't know how far this episode is into it, right? It could have been 2 days after what's her name, Charlie, revealed to Jared that she had a newborn. So I don't know how much time has passed, but hiding the whole baby is crazy. All right, and the longer he takes to tell Tati the truth, the worse I feel like it was gonna be, right? The friend that does porn, she comes in, and this kind of takes over the blow from him hiding the baby, because when she gets there, she jumps on him, and to me, it looked like she normally greets him like that, and he probably normally grabs her so that she can fully jump up, and he didn't grab her this time. So it was like she forgot what she was, but it definitely did not look like just a friendly hug, because why are your legs off the ground? I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know why she was jumping on him like that. Like, girl, what are you doing? Listen, I don't know. And then for the whole house to think that it was disrespectful, when they actually had a conversation about it, she was like, they all told me what happened. And he was like, who's they? Like, are you really about to sit here and still defend this? Like, oh my God. But aside from that, Jay and Cinco seem to be the only ones that could actually be a couple to me. Like, yeah, everybody has some issues or whatever. But it just seems like they are the only ones that, genuinely like each other, and they really, I don't know. Everybody else seems to be a mess. That's what I feel. Okay, but I did go on Twitter, right? I went on Twitter, and Jay specifically. Okay, everybody's saying that she manipulative or whatever, but she had a couple of Twitter posts that she put up, and here's one where she's talking about how she'll be good on another reality show, whatever. I know that's right. Look, she probably will be on another show too, just because of that right there. Because you see, Chris from Ready to Love is on this show, and I fully believe that him and Alexis relationship is not for real. I don't believe it. She don't seem like she like him, and he don't seem like he like her. It's a weird. It's not even weird. It's an awkward dynamic. I just don't see them as a couple. I feel like they know each other, right? Yeah, but I don't think that the relationship part is not believable or whatever. But anyway, we'll get back to that in a second. Because we're gonna talk about these tweets that Jay sent, right? So she sent this one. And this one was her talking about, how she is being viewed as manipulative. And, listen, I feel like there's a level of manipulation in a lot of relationships, okay? And sometimes, sometimes it's there. Maybe it's something that she can work on or whatever. But she's trying to get onto another show. She didn't tag Paramount Plus, MTV, and the challenge or whatever, right? But then she also, she's a basketball coach. And so she's using Twitter to her advantage. And she's like, look, donate, okay? Since I got all these eyeballs on me talking about how manipulative I am, she donates. And so she puts this up and says, hi, this is Coach Jay. I'm doing a fundraiser with the Walther Christian Academy girls basketball team. Please follow the link and help me reach my goal of $500. Thank you for your help. Now, I did check out the GoFundMe at the time. She had raised $70, but that was like probably like a week ago. I haven't checked it recently or whatever, but hey, she using her resources, okay? Somebody is going to donate, okay? So it's a group fundraiser. She's not the only one on her team doing it, so check that out if y'all want to support. I feel like when they come on these reality shows, they do need to have something for people to support. So anyway, yeah, so that's that. I mean, other than that, I saw a couple of other tweets about some of the things that happened in the show. Shout out to TJ Escobar, who says when it finally comes out about the baby, Tati is gonna be so pissed because everyone knows. And yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up. Like, how in the world are you gonna have the whole house talking about something and you walking around giving me roses and stuff like? Boy, he is tripping, okay? And shout out to Tamiko with an O, who says, it's actually refreshing to see that the other men are appalled about Clay continuing to keep his baby a secret. Now, I agree with that too, because a lot of times men do the stuff that they do because nobody checks them. Their friend group doesn't check them or whatever. And that's one thing I can say about women. We are known to be like, we'll make our feelings known and tell a person when they're wrong. But a lot of guys just go by bro code and they just let craziness happen. But they didn't do that, okay? And then we have a couple more. I don't know who put the top one because I cut the top part off, but they say Clay says his intentions are good, but he's waiting until after they have sex to break the news. What a horrible person. Now, he's not the only one that's doing that, okay? Because I feel like Jared's doing that. But, I mean, it is what it is, and we will see what happens, okay? He played himself, though, because, I mean, he played himself. This Judith Bloom says the amount of people that left their newborns homes to come to on this show is crazy. And that's what I said. It's crazy that they all had that secret in common or whatever. Like, I could understand the guys more than the woman because they may not be right there with the baby, but I don't see how a woman could leave her newborn that young to go do that or whatever. I don't know. Tamiko with an O again says Chris and Alexis seems like they don't really like each other. Alexis seems bothered. Now, I don't believe that relationship, okay? Because I know that Alexis is she's the Ready to Love Facebook group. She started the Ready to Love Facebook group. So I know that she knows all the cast and things like that, and she probably knows some people to be able to have connects to get on the show, I guess, because she's on the show. But Chris, see, now the thing about it is, if it was somebody different than Chris, then they may have been able to pull it off. But Chris is not a good actor, and he is not. Um, you know, I it's just not believable. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Judith Bloom again. She says, "Child, these people don't even know each other. What the hell are we talking about before coming on the show?" Like, well, yeah, they were not talking because they really clearly, it comes out that they don't really know each other. But I guess that is gonna happen when you meet somebody from the first time online, which I really don't understand how that's happening. Like, it shouldn't go on for a long time. Like, if you keep going on for like months, weeks, months, whatever, and you haven't seen the person, like, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I personally would like to FaceTime right away just so I can make sure that we have a vibe. We have, we can see each other. I'm not talking to nobody for 2-3 weeks without seeing them or whatever. I don't know, but I guess that's not the point. They saw each other because they were talking online, but they didn't see each other in person. But same thing, same thing, same thing. Okay, we're gonna talk on that FaceTime, then we're gonna make a date. The date cannot, for us to see each other in person, cannot be months and years down the road. So anyway, here's another tweet. Jabari Wilkes says, "To be fair, Chris was right that online dating is easier than in real life. The problem is that they asked which one was better, and Chris was having a problem spelling. Poor thing. Uh, poor Chris. You know what I'm saying? Um, anyway, so there's that. You know what I mean? So I mean, so far, like I said, Jay and Cinco are the only ones who seem like an actual couple to me. Everybody else is just in chaos. You know what I mean? And so next week, Jared says that the honeymoon phase is over and it's time for him to come clean about Charlie. This is coming clean to Charlie about how he really feels. And this is where I think he was just doing all that so he could have sex. Like, it's about to be a mess. I feel it. I feel it in my bones, okay? I don't know, but y'all get down in the comments below. Let me know what y'all think so far about this season of Never Ever Mets. Do y'all want a third season of the Never Ever Mets? Because, nobody asked for this one, but we're watching it, right? So, how much better could a season 3 be? Y'all let me know. I'm going to be watching next week because now I'm invested. I done caught up to episode 7. But if nothing else, it's reminding me to check in with myself more than my situationships. I don't got no situationships, okay? These people are in situationships, all right? So drop your thoughts below. Let me know, who do you see as a couple on here? I only see Jay and Cinco. Who do you see? And who needs to go to therapy twice a week at a minimum? Okay, let's talk about it. Get in the comments below. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.